It began with the sound of sirens far away, faint at first, like a warning only the wind could hear. Inside the small mosque at the edge of a quiet American town, Imam Yusuf sat alone on the prayer mat. The air smelled of fresh carpet cleaner. From the morning, his hands rested on his knees, his lips moving in silent remembrance. He had been here for 30 years, leading prayers for farmers, store owners, taxi drivers, people who had built their lives here. Tonight, the call to prayer had ended hours ago, but he stayed. From outside, muffled shouts echoed through the evening air. Then, the low growl of engines, motorbikes, he had heard them before, circling the street, revving louder each night. A week ago, someone had spray-painted the mosque door, "You don't belong here." The words had been scrubbed away, but the hate behind them lingered like smoke. The front door creaked open. A young man stepped in. Hamza, one of the few who stayed. Late for dhikr, his eyes darted nervously toward the window. "Imam, they're coming." People saw them gathering at the gas station. "They've got bats, some are carrying, I think, cans of gasoline." Imam Yusuf looked up, his face calm. "And what do you want to do?" "Hamza, we should leave, please, it's not safe." He smiled softly, the kind of smile that came from a heart that had seen storms pass before. "Hamza, if we leave, we tell them they are right. That this place is not ours, but this is our home too." From outside, the sound grew, shouting now clear, cruel words cutting through the night. "Terrorists, go back home." The roar of engines stopped suddenly, replaced by the sound of boots on gravel. Hamza's phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen too. Missed calls from friends in the neighborhood warning him to get out. He looked at the imam, who was now standing, adjusting his prayer cap. "At least call the police," Hamza said. "They'll take 20 minutes to come. We have to." The first rock hit the window. Glass shattered, scattering across the carpet. The voices outside cheered. Then came another crash. Someone kicked the door. Imam Yusuf stepped forward, but not toward the door. He walked to the prayer mat, raised his hands, and whispered, "Allahu Akbar." Hamza stared at him in disbelief. "You're going to pray?" "Now, I'm going to pray for them, Hamza, not against them." The shouts grew louder, footsteps now pounding on the mosque steps. The old wood groaned under their weight. Hamza could see shadows moving on the walls. One of the men outside shouted, "Light it up." The smell of gasoline hit his nose, sharp and suffocating. A dark liquid began to seep under the door. Hamza's heartbeat pounded in his ears. "Imam, please, come with me." But the old man was already in sujud, forehead pressed to the carpet. His voice was steady. "Guide them, Ya Allah, forgive them." The door burst open with a deafening crack. A man in a black hoodie stepped inside, holding a baseball bat. His eyes met Hamza's, but then shifted to the imam, who didn't look up. More men poured in, some yelling, others tossing liquid over the shelves of Qurans. "Old man, get out," one of them shouted. But Yusuf didn't move. Hamza grabbed his arm, but he pulled gently away. "Go, Hamza, tell them why we stayed." The first flame caught quickly. The shelves hissed as fire licked up their sides. Thick smoke began to roll across the ceiling. Hamza stumbled toward the back door, coughing, tears stinging his eyes. He looked back one last time. The imam was still kneeling, the fire's glow reflecting off his white beard. By the time Hamza reached the street, neighbors were gathering, some filming on their phones, others shouting for help. Sirens screamed in the distance, growing louder. Fire trucks arrived minutes later, but it was too late. The roof collapsed in a shower of sparks. The mosque was gone. In the news, it was called an act of arson. The Yankas spoke of religious tension, but for the people in that town, something shifted that night. Donations began pouring in, some from Muslims, many from people who had never stepped inside a mosque before. A local church opened its doors for Friday prayers. And weeks later, one of the attackers, just 19 years old, walked into that church during Jummah. "I can't stop thinking about him," he told Hamza. "We came to destroy everything he loved, and he prayed for us. I've never felt so small." Hamza didn't know what to say. He just looked at the young man and thought of the imam's last words. Imam Yusuf never saw the new mosque. He died in the hospital from smoke inhalation. But when the first prayer was held in the new building, People stood shoulder to shoulder, Muslims, Christians, Jews, and even a few of the men who had once tried to burn it to the ground. And in that moment, Hamza understood the Imam's final prayer had been answered. Sometimes, the most powerful weapon you can carry is mercy. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, Life in Frames, and share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated on our